What's up, everybody? It's HBT with Straight Up Wrestling Show, guys. Here live, man, just to do a little small podcast. It's not going to be too long. Christopher Burton will be joining us here in just a little while, man. Shortly, he will be on. Last night, it wasn't last night. It was yesterday, actually. Yesterday afternoon, what the heck did we do? We did All In yesterday, guys. All In, pretty good pay-per-view overall. It was a pretty good pay-per-view. I know a lot of podcasters out here are pretty much dogging it, but it was pretty good overall, man. I mean, there's a lot of things that I wouldn't have done personally, and a lot of things that was there that I did not really care for as far as a wrestling show. You know, as far as starting off, you had four-man tag team match, a 14 tag team match, for a ladder match for the tag titles. Then right after that, I think you had I can't exactly remember how everything went down, but you did have you had a gauntlet match. You had so many different, matches with stipulations and everything like that. So, a lot of that stuff I'm not really into that much, but overall, still, it was a good show. So I definitely have to give AEW its props. You didn't have any, what is the word? We didn't have any 5-star matches or anything like that. 5-star, 6-star matches. One of these out of this world matches that we have come accustomed to seeing on AEW shows. I mean, they do have a lot of shows where they rock a lot of big matches, man. Straight up, where those matches are just out of this world. I'm not gonna say they're gonna be any legendary matches. They're Steamboat Flair matches, even though Dave Meltzer he would disagree with me, but there was no matches that's gonna be as far as AEW, even though they had hour-long matches and things like that. I don't know how many of these matches are gonna be really iconic down the road. I think since Chris and I have been doing the Straight Up Wrestling Show, I could say probably about 2 or 3 of them will be very iconic down the road, even though we have given high marks to a lot of the matches. But right now, I'm not going to review All In. Like I said, we did watch it. I could just go ahead and go over Bleacher Report or something like that and remember every single thing that happened in there. I have to have the matches written down, and I can tell you exactly what I thought about them. But yeah, like I said, we did do the show. And I know not everybody got to watch the show. So that is something I believe that maybe we should do, is do a review on that. All right, 20th Charity Kindmaster, 20th Good Kindmaster CSX 2024 says send link. Lucas says send link, and then Lucas says no. Lucas, this is going to be a short podcast, man, so I'm not going to do that. Hit us up tonight on Monday Night Raw, okay? Chris and I will be back for Monday Night Raw tonight, so you can hit us up on that, and we'll see about getting you in on the show, man, straight up. All right, I have no problem with that. Lucas, love having you on the show, buddy. But yeah, let me go ahead and talk about Monday Night Raw, man. Let me go ahead and find that card. I did have the card. I was right there on the card, but I don't have it right now, so let me go ahead and pull this card up for Monday Night Raw. Go and pull the card up, and we're going to talk about that. And like I said, hopefully Christopher Burton will get in here in just a little bit so we can talk about Ricochet. I want to talk about the Monday Night Raw card, and I want to talk about Ricochet, who did debut for AEW. So hopefully Christopher Burton will be in here in just a little bit, and we can talk about that too, man. All right. So, yeah, so Monday Night Raw card for tonight. So tonight, Monday Night Raw, man, we will have Randy Orton will be live on Raw tonight. So I'm pretty sure Randy Orton is going to come out. Randy Orton has something to say. Randy Orton is going to talk about, I'm pretty sure he's going to come and talk about, as far as, he's going to talk about Gunther. I mean, this is all about Gunther and everything. And Randy Orton knows the game. He's been in it for a long time. There's no ins, ands, buts about it. He's been around this business for a while. So Randy Orton shouldn't be surprised that, hey, Gunther came back after him last night. And, hey, Gunther hit him up, so, hey, that's the way it goes down. So I'm sure Gunther is going to come, and maybe he's going to come and talk about, hey, maybe having some backup, because he's got to watch out for people like Ludwig Kaiser. Oh, what's going on, Green Randall? Green Randall is in the house. Mr. Scott Larson is in the house. All right, Green Randall, let me get some of these comments real quick. All right, Green Randall says, I liked All In. I didn't like some of the results I was rooting for. Every one of them I got right, Green Randall. Every single one. First time I think I got all the AEW card right, but got every single one of those matches right. Me and Chris, we was right on the money with every one of those matches. What's up, Mr. Burton? Green says, I liked All In. Didn't like some of the results. I am rooting for MJF. I really wanted Swerve to win, even though I know he would lose. I was rooting for him. But MJF versus Danny is going to be a great. Okay. So is MJF going to wrestle Danny Garcia?
I'm sure they are going to wrestle.
Okay. So that's going to go down. Look, I have my money on. I love Danny Garcia. I know that's Chris dancing, man. I can't do things like Chris, but I love Danny. I mean, Chris got it, boy. Chris can roll into this dance, man. I can't roll into the dance like that. There you go. Hey, Chris ain't dancing. Chris doing something else. You know what he doing? He hoping that's Nia Jax on the other side, guys. Straight up. There you go. But, a dewdrop. But look, man. Straight up though. But Green Randall, yeah, Swerve, man, I was hoping he won too, but me and Chris, we knew Bryan Danielson was going to get that title. But yeah, everything that we predicted came true on that show, but it was pretty good. All right, let me go and get to the next Green Randall question. Green Randall says, Feud and Bryan is finally going to get the world title run he deserves. Are you saying finally and Bryan is going to get, I guess you're saying finally, he's going to get the world title run he deserves. It may be about 4 months, man, or something like that, or maybe to the end of his career. Maybe he's going to go out on top. I doubt that may happen, but I would love to see that happen, straight up. Because if this is the last year he's wrestling, might as well let the man finish out the year with that strap, and then maybe lose it maybe a few weeks before. Don't do it 2 weeks or a week, the last show of the year or whatever, but let him go out on top, man, or let him go out and maybe lose that title right at the end or whatever. Have somebody, like if you have Bobby Lashley coming in, maybe Bobby Lashley take it off of him, or you can have Edge become the champion or something like that. Have somebody that's very respectable take that title. Now, Ricochet, will he have a chance to win the title? That's going to remain to be seen. I would love to see Okada in that. I still
think Ricochet gonna get lost in the shuffle, man.
Exactly. And we're gonna talk about that right after we get finished with this preview, man. We're gonna talk about that. But yeah, I'm with Chris on that, straight up. And they was talking about that last night, that he's already lost in the shuffle, man. I did not like the way he came out. I love the way that he came, that he brought him in strong, but they brought him out strong, and he was just dominating, and then who come out, Chris, and cleared the ring.
Adam Page.
Adam Page. Then next thing you know, you didn't see Ricochet anymore. He didn't come back in. That's not an indication of a strong wrestler. They pretty much like saying, okay, that's kind of like an indication of, hey, this is the way it's gonna go. That's not good, because look at everything that they have, the players that they already have over in AEW. You got Will Ospreay, you got Okada over there. You have Adam Page coming back.
Heavy hitters in them, man.
Adam Cole's supposed to be coming back in. So yeah, you got some heavy hitters, like Chris said, man. So I don't know where he's gonna be as far as in that shuffle, as far as in that mix. And look, hey, when John Moxley come back, hey, it's something else, another road that he can, he can be pushed back or whatever. And I'm sure Hobbs, Powerhouse Hobbs, probably going to be coming back. A lot of these guys are going to be coming back. So where will Ricochet fit? Because Ricochet brings, what does he bring new? What does he bring new outside of being a big name in WWE? But like me and Chris was talking about, hey, Mercedes Moné is a bigger name, with Sasha Banks, but everybody knows her. Mercedes Moné, but everybody knows her. Edge was a bigger name. Okay, they brought in bigger names, and you see what happened to them. So what is Ricochet going to do different? Straight up. All right, Green Randall says, all right, I think Ricochet will fit much better in AEW than he did in WWE. AEW fits his style more. Yes, it does.
It does fit his style, but he ain't going to stand out, because you got just about 95% of the roster can basically do what he does.
Exactly.
So, I mean, you're going to have basically the same style of wrestling. You're just going to have different people doing it.
That's right.
That's the only difference. I mean, there's no way for him to really stand out, but like, okay, I can do something that can't nobody else do.
Yeah. Like
heck, MJF even did a flip last night.
Yeah, like MJF said to Will Ospreay last night, hey, you think flipping because you can flip, you special? Everybody flips, man. Over there, everybody flips over there. So,
I
hey,
don't know,
man,
man.
I don't know either. So we'll see what happens. Scotty, let's
Scott
go,
Larson.
Scott
Scott
Larson.
Larson.
What's
What's
going
going
on,
on?
Scott?
Hashtag truth.
Yes, sir. Hashtag true, Mr. Hashtag true Scott Larson. So, Chris, sorry, didn't answer your call. I was in a chess tournament. Okay, all right. Playing
Okay,
that
chess
chess.
tournament. I don't do
Right.
that, but I can get you in some checkers, but I don't fool with no chess.
Yeah, I can't. Oh, man, Chris, we're going to play some checkers, boy. We're going to get on here and play checkers, man. All right. Let's see. Green Randall says Ricochet has a lot of history with Will Ospreay. I wouldn't be surprised if we get that match for the international title soon.
I
Not at
can
all,
see
Green
that
Randall.
happen. I can
Yeah,
definitely see
that is going to
happen.
happen. There's no ins and buts about that. Straight
Yeah,
up.
that's gonna happen, man.
Yes, it is.
And I asked Harry last night, man, how much influence do you think Will Ospreay had in getting Ricochet over there?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, seriously, how much do you think he had? Because like I said, they're good friends. Good friends. They know each other. I mean, how much does he? Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure his influence was heavy, Chris. I'm sure that was heavy, man. So yeah, we gotta see. We definitely have to see. All right, let's see. AJ Skills is in the building. AJ says, "Hey Harry and Chris, Monday Night Raw is tonight. Plus WWE Brush is coming soon. What? Rush a brush? What did he say there?
Mm-hmm. I think he's talking about bashing Berlin. Maybe I don't know.
Maybe that's it. All right, man. Like I said, we already talked about Randy Orton, and like I said, Randy Orton, man, he's gonna come and he's gonna complain. He's gonna talk about Gunther, but like I said, Chris, man, this guy knows the game. He's been around for a long time.
Oh
and
yeah, definitely.
he knew there was going to be some repercussions for what happened. 2 weeks ago, that Gunther was going to come back. Man, any man worth his salt is going to come back and pretty much put his stamp. At least in this business. This business kind of like hip hop. You're going to come back with your revenge. You know what I'm saying? You're going to come back with your diss track. So so he definitely came back, man, and put his stamp on what went down after he took that RKO, the most dangerous move in professional sports, man. So exactly. so Gunther came back, man, and he did his thing. So we'll see how everything turns out with that. But I'm pretty sure Randy Orton is going to come out, and he's going to be talking about, hey, maybe he's got some backup, or he's got some people watching his back. I don't know, but I know he's his own man. He don't usually do stuff like that. He looks out for himself. But hey, it's 2 against 1. And those 2 guys, especially one of them, is really one of the elites. And the guy that's doing his bidding, he's no scrub himself. So that's going to be interesting.
Are you talking about Imperium?
I said Ludwig Kaiser. That's who does his bidding.
Okay.
He's no scrub himself.
No.
I mean, he's pretty good. He's not great. He's not one of the top tier guys, but he's pretty decent. So I mean, it's not like he's sending Barry Horowitz out there to do his dirty work, or sending Danny Brown or something, Denny Brown or somebody out there to say, hey, I want you to go and attack this guy from behind or whatever, get him down so I can come in and beat him. Hey, this is a whole different ball game. All right, next, man, we have Braun Strowman versus Big Bronson Reed. So Braun Strowman, who came out to have a face-off with Big Bronson Reed, and they snarling at each other. And hey, Bronson Reed, man, is probably, I know this man is 300 and they say he's 330 pounds, no, 380 pounds, whatever, something like that. But he's probably bigger than that. Height wise, I don't think Bronson is more than 6'1". But Braun Strowman, that's a big dude, man. That dude's like 6'8", 6'9".
Who?
Braun Strowman.
Oh, Braun Strowman. Oh, yeah, Braun Strowman.
Yeah, he's like 6'8", 6'9", like at least 370, man. That dude is huge. So
he's a big boy now.
Height's going to come into play. Now, I know Braun, it's going to be sometimes it's hard to move these guys when they small, like they're smaller and they have the leverage. So this is going to be a clash of the Titans. I don't know who's going to win, even though a lot of people thinking Bronson Reed is going to win because the momentum is on his side, man. He's splashing people. he's doing all that. But we've seen plenty of people, man, and I hate that when momentum's on their side, and like I say, and they strip it away from them. And this is the type of guy, Big Braun Strowman, who can strip it away from them. So, wow, we don't know how this showdown's gonna go, but if they play it right, it's something that's gonna last into the future. So, a little small feud here of the Clash of the Titans. So we'll see how this thing roll out. So, man, I don't know. What you think, Chris?
I know one thing, man. If they were literally wrestling anywhere else, i.e. AEW, they would definitely be me. You're going to hear that. You know what I'm saying? You're going to hear that, man. But I don't know how this is going to go. John, honestly, I do not know how this is going to go. It's got me.
I'm perplexed. I'm with you, Chris. I am perplexed on this. So, man, that's gonna be flat out crazy. And so after that, we have coming up, man. It's the start of the Intercontinental Championship #1 Contenders Tournament begins. So the #1 contender for the Intercontinental Championship begins. Wow. Man, this right here, I talked about it a couple weeks ago, 2 or 3 weeks ago, when they said they was going to have this. I think it was 2 weeks ago. And to tell you the truth, I'm going to be straight up, man. Why? Why have this? I mean, right now we in the midst of tournaments.
They don't have nobody else for them, man. They need something. They don't have.
Yeah, I tell you what, you just need to put this guy in there against guys, man. Just take him and place him in matches against people. You have people that's sitting back there and catering, man, that's not doing nothing. Okay? I mean, let's look at man, what in the world is his name? Shinsuke Nakamura. What is he doing? He's doing nothing. Give that man a match against Braun Strowman. Come on, man. You know, there's plenty of people, like I said, they got plenty of people that's not getting any matchups right now. Not getting any matchups right now. So, I mean, give Braun Strowman a match against his old partner who's out there running around with Apollo Creed. You know, I want to call him Othello. Every time I think of him, I want to call Apollo Creed Othello. I don't know why, Chris, but
I don't know why either.
Yeah, but you know, hey, Baron Corbin, they don't have a championship or whatever. Baron Corbin, you don't seen them take tag team wrestlers and put them in singles matches plenty of times. Why not give hey, put him up against his former partner? His former partner be like, hey, I would like to have a piece of that title. Make it interesting, man. You don't have to put it in the tournament. You just don't have to do it. Yeah. Have him over the next 8 or 9 weeks, man. Just go from opponent 15 all the way up to like opponent 5 or 6, and then throw the #1 contender there and say, hey, you got a #1. I know you've been knocking everybody out, but hey, man, Sami Zayn he wants a return match. Right now, he's the #1 contender because he lost the title to you, but you had a rough time taking it from him. So he's the #1 contender. I didn't knock all these other people. Sami come back and say, hey, you don't forget about me? Why not? Man, I mean, they really, I just don't know. While I'm not going to say it's lazy booking, it's just that I'm sure they think that this type of stuff is what's working right now.
That's what they think, man.
They're thinking that because everybody else is doing it. And why in the world, and like I say, why in the world should WWE follow anybody else? They are the leaders of the pack. Don't follow what AEW is doing, because AEW the one who started all these tournaments, and it seemed like WWE just said, hey, we're gonna do our own tournament. It's gonna be better than yours. I mean, just that's crazy. Green Randall, do you guys think Swerve going to get another world title run? No, not anytime soon. Not for the next 2 years. If he's in the AEW for 2 years, for the next 2 years, I don't think so. It'll take 2 years for them to build him back up to that. Yeah. Now, right now they can still have him on a major run to get a title, or right in the mix. I'm talking about the top 4, top 5 players. But I guarantee you, if they don't do this right, man, hey, he's in the mid shuffle. He mid-card shuffle next year. I mean, probably, I say a year's time. We're in August right now. I say by September of 2025, he's in mid-card status again, man. Straight up.
That ain't good.
It's sad, man. Good. It's sad. All right, AJ Styles, hey, Harry and Chris. It should be a one-on-one championship match. Randy Orton versus Gunther for the WWE World Heavyweight Championship. No interference in this match at the pay-per-view. That's what we're hoping, AJ Skills. I would love that. I would love that. And look, I hope Randy can come in and fight his tail off and don't have too many back issues, man. He's definitely one of these guys who have the ability to beat Gunther. But Gunther is on the top of his game, man. He really is. But WWE is doing a few little things that I don't like that make him kind of look a little weak when he's not. Gunther is one of these guys who should never have anybody attack anybody unless he just hates you. I mean, just hates you and just send his goons out to destroy you. But to try to fend off somebody that's going to challenge him, man, when you have somebody out there that you present that's a champion like Gunther, they presenting him like, man, he's just an indestructible machine. Yeah, they have protection out there, and I don't like it. All right, so but yeah, man, yeah, this that what's the name? I just don't really care for that. The Intercontinental, as far as that tournament thing beginning, but it is what it is, and hopefully we have a nice tournament, guys. All right, Chris, I'm gonna let you go ahead and speak on this, man. The Uncle Howdy versus Chad Gable match. What do you think, man?
I'm a little hesitant on it, man.
Yeah, right.
I'm a little hesitant, and why? Because I don't know how good it's gonna be, and what I mean by how good it's gonna be, if they're trying to build Chad Gable up as Uncle Howdy as somebody that can't be defeated and tough and all this stuff and whatnot going on, and has this spiritual powers and all this, I don't know. I don't know if he's gonna sell a lot, and make it look real.
Man, that's crazy.
And it has me worried, man. It has me worried because if he does that and doesn't sell, that's gonna mess that whole matchup, and then you got a whole nother set of issues, man.
Yeah, that's exactly right. And Chad Gable is the guy who actually should have been one of these. He should have been an Intercontinental champion, straight up.
Yeah.
And he should be one of these guys. Maybe he should be the guy who ends up to be the number 1 contender or the number 2 contender to what's the name's belt to Braun Breaker's belt. It should be Chad Gable. Should be Sami Zayn and Chad Gable. They should be 1 and 2. So after he runs through all these other guys who I was mentioning earlier, have Braun Breaker have to face Sami Zayn, and the loser of that, the winner of that ends up facing Chad Gable for the title. Man, Chad Gable is a great wrestler, and he was on the rise. And this guy right here gave, outside of Braun Breaker and who else? Braun Breaker, one other person, but outside of Braun Breaker, Chad Gable was the only one who really gave Gunther a run, man, for his money, straight up.
Right.
And Braun beat him in NXT. But man, so hey, Chad Gable has been left out in the cold, and that shouldn't happen. But go ahead with the comments, Chris.
All right, man. So next we got AJ Scale says, Harry and Chris mixed tag team match. Rhea Ripley and Damian Priest versus Dominic Mysterio and Liv Morgan. No interference, straight up tag match at the pay-per-view. Okay. Alma Clark's in the building. Alma says, what's up, Harry and Christopher? How y'all doing this afternoon? I'm doing pretty good. Resting up still, tired and weak from yesterday. Still hot down here, I believe.
I'm sure it is. Good to hear from you, Alma.
Yeah. Mac Magnum says, greetings, Harry and Chris, at work enjoying the show. Hey,
appreciate you rocking with us, Mag. What's going on, my brother? See you tonight.
My man Bill Hazelwood says, Randy doesn't need a belt to get over.
No, he doesn't.
True.
No, he doesn't.
This is very true, Bill.
I mean,
yes, would it look good on his resume to add to it? Yes. But like you said, he doesn't need it. But so hey.
I mean, he's a presence, man. His presence is outstanding. It really is. He has that stage presence. Anytime that he's in the building or anything that he comes in, he takes the spotlight. This guy, if he runs into the ring, there's a whole bunch of different wrestlers in the ring or whatever. Everything goes to him. He's the type of person, man, that just, has that, he has that aura about him, that draw. So yeah, you're right about that. 100%, Bill Hazelwood. He doesn't need the championship. So so that right there adds to the flair of this match that he's about to have with Gunther. You know, when it boils down to it, Gunther is fighting a legend that's that's pretty much an attraction in itself, just like Dusty Rhodes was. You know, just like, hey, that's Randy Orton. And Randy Orton didn't have to do everything that Dusty did, because Dusty, you know, of course he was a heel before, but I think from like 74 on to 74 on, you know, until he retired, he got out of the business till he passed. He was a fan favorite, man. But, you know, he did start out as a heel. But Randy Orton has flip-flopped back and forth. You never can know what Randy Orton is going to do. So, and yeah, you're right. He doesn't need a title. All right, Jordan Payne says, hey, y'all, what's up, Jordan Payne?
What's up, Jordan?
Glad to see you in the building, man. Let me go ahead and
Jordan says, hey, Chris, I'm a little better at college football 25, LOL. Okay.
All right.
Okay,
good.
Jordan says, I want to face you sometime.
Okay.
We can make that happen. We can make that happen, Jordan.
Heck yeah.
All right. Chris LeClaire says, I need Randy Orton to break Ric Flair and John Cena's record.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't know, man. If anybody can do it, I'll tell you what.
You know
Flair
what?
said. Go ahead, Chris.
I know Flair's already said that he wants Cena to break his record. He's gone on the record and said that.
Right.
Will it happen? I doubt it now with Cena. This is his last year in wrestling. I doubt it. So we'll just have to see.
Well, you know, Randy Orton has
to see, but I doubt
Randy Orton it would be good if Randy Orton did do it, if anybody's going to do it, because Randy Orton has stayed a wrestler. I mean, I don't think he went up there and been in Hollywood and did all that stuff. He has stayed and wrestled for the most part. And that was Ric Flair. Ric Flair was a wrestler. Ric Flair didn't mess around in Hollywood. He didn't do all that stuff. Of course, he went out and partied and everything like that. I mean, if you want to put a poster up for the party boy, it's Ric Flair. You know, there's no ands and buts about it. I mean, he was partying harder than doggone Christopher Burton in 2004. So I mean, you know, and that's saying a lot.
That's a lot of partying, boy.
Yeah. All right, man. So next, we witnessed the fallout from the Judgment Day's attack on Ripley and Priest. Okay, yeah, that's gonna be very interesting. And Rhea Ripley and Damian Priest. Look, I know Damian Priest be taking out everybody on the Judgment Day, and you know, Rhea Ripley. That's all really they need to a certain extent. Oh, yeah. But they kind of like disrespecting. You know, Finn Balor. It's a disrespect to him. He the one who took out Damian last week. You know, when Damian was beating everybody's butt, Finn Balor was the one who took him down. You always got to look at that deciding factor, man. That the coup de grace. That this guy right here, Finn Balor, Finn Balor is strong enough and good enough to take down anybody in this business. So, you know, you having Damian Priest just eliminating everybody, just taking everybody out. That guy is always lurking, and he's always one of these guys that could just pretty much put you down. It was kind of like Arn Anderson back in the day, man. Arn Anderson, anytime he got involved, look, Arn Anderson was there, but I'm going to take that. Tully Blanchard. Anytime you saw Arn getting beat up, Ole getting beat up, or Arn and Barry and Rick getting beat up, guess who always came in and pretty much stopped all that? Tully Blanchard. It was Tully Blanchard when it came down to it. Tully Blanchard, anytime he got involved, Tully Blanchard was very smart, very strategic. He was one of these guys that, like I say, whatever it took to come in there to stop the onslaught, if he had to come in there with a 2x4, he had to come in there with a crowbar, he had to come in there with a doggone chair. Tully Blanchard always stopped the assault. It always turned the other way. Always turned the other way. Arn was the guy that could go in there and, like I say, it was the explosive guy. He was the Road Warrior Hawk that went in there and just when the melee getting started and Rick getting beat up, or Lex getting beat up, Arn Anderson going there. Arn Anderson just taking care of business. Then Arn Anderson get overwhelmed. And like I say, Tully Blanchard was the guy who was hiding, who was being strategic. It just like, you know, he's one of these kids, man, that like, oh, I'm not going to take a bunch of licks. You know, when you get a hold of me, you might got me. When you get a hold of me, but if there's a bunch of people going around, I know where to hide in this ring. I know where to hide around this ring to where I'm going to get you. And that was Tully Blanchard. So that's Finn Balor, man. Finn Balor seems to like lurk and come out of the darkness and always get you. And that's probably that little demon thing that he got going on. So
it could be, man.
Man, fits him really good. All right, let's see. Jordan Payne, just don't record it. Laugh out loud. Talk about a game between you and him. Jordan Payne, don't want anyone to see me get embarrassed. Laugh out loud. Yeah, Chris do everything he can to embarrass you, but then dog gonna tell you stay on. You gonna stay on and take that butt kicking. That's what Chris does. So hey, you play him. But yeah, y'all can play, man. I think that'd be cool. All right, Chris LeClaire said, I don't believe Mariah May slapped her own mother yesterday during her own AEW Women's Championship match at All In. She sure did.
Yes, she did. Yes, she did. Harry had to go get his nephew there for a minute, get him off the bus. AJ Skill said, hey, Harry and Chris, Triple H should have been the one to break Ric Flair's record, not John Cena. Oh, he should be the one. Okay. Yeah. I can see your thought on that, man. I could definitely see your thought on that. But Flair deemed he deemed it for deemed it for Cena to do it. That was his, that's what he deemed it. And so I was like, wow, okay. So what can you say, man? Well, I mean, hey.
Yeah, but it's going to be interesting. It's definitely going to be interesting to see who actually takes that. And I mean, it has to be one of them because they're the closest ones. So,
of course.
I mean, I don't know. I mean, I really don't know. I think what WWE is doing now, if they're going to put it on, if they put Randy Orton on a 2 to 3 year run, and Randy was got healthy some kind of way, it'll look very legit. It'll look very strong.
What do you mean got healthy? Randy is healthy.
I mean, his back is not as it used to be. Just put it that way. He's healthy.
Yeah.
But I mean, his back is not really strong. I mean, but if his back was 100%, man, this guy can go on a 2 to 3 year run that can legitimize him as the best in the world, man, and taking that that 17 beating Flair's record. Because I tell you what, look, if Cena gets it, it's always going to be questions there. It's always going to be like, okay, they had him part-time. They just gave it to him, basically. I want to see it earned. I want to see it earned with a wrestler who's there, not wrestling every week, but who's there, who's a full-time wrestler. It's going to make it more legit. I mean, we in a generation now, and I'm not trying to be funny or whatever, but we're in a generation now that disrespects things that happened in the past, and they want to get everything easy. I mean, you have now Anthony Edwards out here, who just got who just got dogged by Magic Johnson because Anthony Edwards, who's a great basketball player, nice basketball player. He's out there talking about nobody back in the 80s had skills. And he sit there and talking about Michael Jordan was his favorite player. Michael Jordan is the greatest, but he said nobody outside of Michael Jordan had skills. What kind of garbage is that, man?
Wow,
yeah,
that's crazy.
He said that. Yeah, and Magic Johnson killing him, man, killed him. But yeah, I'm just like, wow, how in the world can you say that? See, but that is, it's just this generation. Like I said, of course, Randy's not from this generation. He's a millennial, but I mean. We need people to earn it, and it always will be, especially with people, Generation X, me and Chris's generation, people like us, because we're gonna be around for a long time. We still got a lot of years left, so our generation will be always be looking back on that and saying, because we remember the Flair years, we remember people like that, we remember Hulk Hogan, we remember the Rock and Roll Expresses, we remember the Road Warriors and things like that. Hard work, they can say people out here can call it scripted or whatever. It took hard work, man, to get to where these people got to. It took hard work to do that. These championships wasn't won, man, by they wasn't just handing these things out to Hammond Eggers, man. These guys was the real deal when it boils down to it, and they worked hard. And so is the wrestling world is people, when it boils down to it in history, gonna look at John Cena and say, okay, now he was great. Now I will say, for the most part, give me about 12 or 13 of those world championships, and I say he won them legitimately, man. And he wasn't part-time, and he worked hard for those. But, for the most part, he's been part-time for how many years now, Chris? About 8 years now?
Yeah, at least.
So, a lot of those things I really don't count. If he wins it, I'll be like, okay, they gave it to him because of his name. He's in Hollywood and everything like that. Just like if they give it to The Rock, even though I'm going to respect The Rock because I know what The Rock is doing. Rock is doing it to help the business. And John Cena will be doing it too to help the business. But like I say, Randy Orton is legit. He's 100% legit. He's a wrestler. He's a man's man, and I would love to see him have the World Heavyweight Championship.
You need to go watch that interview that he did with Shannon Sharp, man.
Oh, which one? Randy?
John Cena.
Okay, I'll go and check it out.
Yeah, okay. You need to go check that out, man. That was a very, very good interview, man. Cena said a lot of things, man. Very, I wouldn't say profound.
Right.
It was, very eye-opening to say that.
Okay.
Okay. It was
gonna be interesting. Okay, I'm gonna have to go check that out. But man, wow. So yeah, John Cena, like we said, man, look, we was gonna talk about Ricochet. We talked about Ricochet, went over the matches and everything. We don't know what else is gonna go on. I know there's gonna be some other things happening, but right now it just seemed the way Raw has laid everything out, it doesn't seem really adventurous or anything that's
but it's not nothing world breaking, nothing just gonna really just stand out to that point. Right. But we may be wrong. We just have to see tonight. Tonight, about 5 hours and some change from now. So
it might be popping off. And like I say, hey, you guys, man, we want you to come in. We welcome you.
Yeah, come in. Definitely want to come in.
And rock with tell a
friend, like we always say, man. Tell a friend, tell a friend.
And speaking of that, hey, if you're on Facebook, hit that like, share, join. If you're on YouTube, hit that like, share, subscribe, hit the notification bell, ding, 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 so you know we're on like times like these. And if you're on Twitch, you do the same thing, man.
We are on Twitch. We are on Twitch.
We're on Twitch, and we're gonna be working on Twitch and checking out some things, man, to try to get that thing up to where we can save our videos on Twitch. But hey, we always on Twitch live, running, man, back and forth. And yeah, we make our presence known, man. We done start making our presence known on TikTok. I know Chris has already been doing it. I just now uploaded my TikTok channel, so we're doing that. And hey, Instagram, we making our presence known on Instagram, and finally making our presence, so we're making our presence known on a lot of different things. And I know we need to come on and start doing some radio spots, like people like Magnum, who's at work listening to us. They can just turn on Apple Radio, or they can turn on Spotify or whatever and listen to the Straight Up Wrestling Show. We will get into that, man, as soon as we can. But it just
it takes time. It takes time.
It takes time, and hey, when it boils down to it, a lot of that stuff, me and Chris, we really don't know. I mean, the stuff took off a lot faster than what we thought it would. All right, let's see who we got next.
Jordan Payne said,
did we get AJ Skills here?
Yeah, we already got all them. I'm caught up.
Okay.
All right, Jordan Payne said, I do have a strategy, though. You're gonna to hate it. I've won 2 of my games with it. Okay. You probably just run the ball and run down the clock. That's what you probably do. But trust me, you do that if you want to against my defense. You're gonna have to go to the air.
Yeah. Chris will figure out your run game after a while. I used to run it down Chris' throat, boy. He figured out my run game. Then you have to start passing, boy. You have to start being tricky. You can't be one-dimensional against him, man. That joker will bring up a strategy, boy. That joker will drop a dime on you, boy. People come off the bench, boy, to stop you in your tracks. All right. AJ Skills say, hey, Harry, Chris, do you think WWE will induct John Cena in the Hall of Fame in 2025? They should.
Oh, I'm sure you would. I'm sure they would. I wouldn't see why they wouldn't. That would be crazy if they did.
Yeah. So, man, who knows? But yeah, guys, we rolling into this 40 minutes. But Christopher Burton and myself, hey, like I said, we're gonna come on here shortly. Hey, we actually went over the time that I wanted to go over, to tell you the truth. But we appreciate coming in and talking to you guys. And I think we gave a little detailed information on about what's going on tonight. Now, of course, me and Chris didn't do a review of what was the show we just saw All In. And it was a pretty good show. We did not do a review of that. And, yeah, we could go over that. But overall, like I said, we thought it was pretty good. They did have some things in there that I would have done different, that Chris would have done different. But overall, man, it was a pretty good show. and there was a pretty good crowd. I did see some things online, and some of them from some of all people, man. I saw some things online, some shorts and things, and it's showing a big, huge, empty crowd. And that crowd must have did that when it first started. That was a lot of people, man. It looked like it was, people saying it was like 20, 21,000 people. It's way more than that.
It was way more than that.
I don't think it was the 50,000 that Tony Khan says it is. They sold 50,000 tickets. It will come out. England will come out with the original number, just like they did. When they supposed to sold at 79,000, it was 72,000 instead of 79,000. They're going to come out with the original number. I'm thinking anywhere from 41 to 43,000 was in that building. Either way it go, it still was huge. But, hey, you cannot front. You can't front and say that, hey, we're hot, we're doing great and everything when your numbers over here is just trash. And they are in the States. Stateside, the numbers are not good. And the numbers on TV are not good. Hey, we got to call it like it is. Got to call it like it is.
Oh, man. Just got news, man. Sid Vicious passed away, man, at the age of 63 years old, man. Rest in peace to Sid Vicious.
Oh, my God, man.
And he looked like he was doing so good, man. He really did look like he was doing so good, man.
Oh, my God, man.
I got the article right here, man. I'll post it in our Facebook group. If you're in the group, I'll post the article. You can go read it. But yeah, man, Sid Vicious, man, WCW and WWE superstar Sid Vicious passes away at the age of 63, man.
God almighty. Man, rest in peace to Sid Vicious, and all prayers out to Sid Vicious, all his loved ones, his whole family, man, straight up. Wow, man, wow.
That was crazy. I didn't see that one coming, man.
That's a hard one. That's a hard one to swallow. We've lost a lot of superstars here within the last couple months, man.
Yeah, man. Yeah.
Alpha, Sid Vicious, legends. And who was that right before Alpha? It was somebody. A week or two before Alpha. I can't think of it.
Mm-hmm.
But wow.
Yeah, but that's man,
I know we lost Ole Anderson this year. We lost Sid Vicious. We lost Alpha and Seeker.
Yep. Yeah, wow. It's been a rough year so far for the wrestling community, man. It's been rough, man.
Yeah, Chris said he died about cancer, man. Wow.
Wow, that's rough, man. Rough.
Wow. It's crazy, man.
All right, man. John says hello. Good on Ricochet for moving on.
Well, yeah, John. Yeah, for right now it is, and I'm pretty sure it looks good in his bank account. I'm sure.
Oh yeah, definitely. I know it looks good in his bank.
Got probably a couple extra zeros probably in there.
Yeah, and a couple of commas in there too.
Oh yeah, I'm sure. It looks good. It looks good in his bank account, man. But hey, we got to see where he lands, man. We got to see where he lands.
Yeah, and what they do with him, man.
Yeah, I think Tony is gonna use him. I think he's gonna use him very quick to see what he gets. Now, this thing with Mercedes Moné, he had to give Mercedes Moné a title. He had to put her up there like that. He had to. But to save face. But as far as Ricochet, do he have to do that with all the male talent that he have there? Do we have to do that? I don't think so.
Yeah, and I don't think he's gonna. Yeah, legit question.
Yeah. So, yeah, I don't know where he's gonna land. I really don't. So we will see. But this man still have not figured out what he's gonna do with Okada. Yes, he put a tag team title on him, but Okada is a singles wrestler that needs to have a singles championship. No ands, ands, buts about it. All right, let's see.
All right, Meg says, wow, sorry to hear about Sid. Rest in peace, Sid Vicious / Justice.
Yeah. That is crazy, man. Yeah, that blows my mind.
Man, that is wow, man. I had no idea. Man.
But, when I was growing up, 63 was old, guys. It was old. Yeah. Like, okay. That was the age man was dying at, anywhere from 63, 64, 65 was the farthest you got. But now, man, 63 years old is pretty doggone young. That's only that's not too much older than I am right now. So,
yeah, John. Sid passed away, man, today at the age of 63, man.
Man, wow.
Yeah, and like I said, I just posted that article in our Facebook group. So if you're in our Facebook group, go check it out and read the article for yourself, guys. Rest in peace, Sid Justice, man.
No doubt. All right, guys.
All right. You got anything else you want to cover here before we get out of here, man?
No, not at all, man. Not at all. But hey, check us out tonight. Straight Up Wrestling Show. We'll be rocking. We will be in your area, guys. We will be in your town. All right. So, hey, all the family, come on in and join us. And anybody that's coming on.
As they say, hey, as they used to do it, we will be in your town, we'll be in your city via satellite.
Exactly. There's no doubt about it. No doubt about it. But everybody, man, everybody that's hearing our voice, come check out Straight Up Wrestling Show tonight as we rock on with
Monday
Raw,
night,
guys. Monday Night Raw, USA USA Network, almost over with, guys. So, hey, come check it out. And we'll talk to you guys later. Stay straight up. Peace.